I won't be afraid to say that this is the best video that you have clicked on about how to actually do a muscle up. So after this video, bro, you will finally do it. I know. You have seen maybe hundreds of different videos about how to do a muscle up, and you try to do something that they teach you there, but nothing really worked. But today we're gonna change it. Today. To actually do a muscle up, it requires one, strength, and most important, technique. And in this video, I'll actually assure you that technique is much more important than strength. But first, strength. We need to pass some requirements to ensure that we will actually achieve it, to see that it is actually a point to try. The requirements will be just dips and pull-ups, nothing more. Yes, you have probably seen it on YouTube. They say it, they all say the same. But actually pull-ups is much more important here, because the most weakest part of your body is when you actually try to go over the bar. So I'll show you here. Guys, I want to apologize for the bad angle here. I didn't know that my camera decided to zoom in. But anyway, you have to at least be able to do 15 clean dips with 90 degrees angle in your elbows. And however, it will be easier for you to do a muscle up if you're better at pull-ups than dips. And it's all because the most difficult part of the muscle up is when the bar is actually between the same line as your shoulders and your solar plexus. After you pass the level of solar plexus, it will be pretty easy to just finish the muscle up just by doing a dip. So the stronger you are at pulling yourself from shoulders to the solar plexus, the easier it will be. And the best way to be stronger in this pulling area is to do a negative muscle up, where you begin from position above the bar and try to go down the same way as you would if you did the muscle. And guys, focus on going down slowly, because from the beginning you will be struggling going down slowly, but after every training you will eventually build enough strength that requires to go down slower. The next aspect is your grip position. The grip position in muscle up is paramount. A lot of people don't really pay enough attention to their grip position when they try to do a muscle up. So you want your wrist to be on the same level as the bar. Remember, always at the same level as the bar. I actually find it so important to have them on the same line as the bar, that your requirement pull-ups that I'm going to show you, they're going to be done with the same technique. So you only want to do 10 pull-ups with that technique that I show you. And whenever you notice that you're not longer on the same level as the pull-up bar, try to turn your wrists inside when you're doing your pull-ups. So that was the requirements. So if you did pass them, congratulations, then you know that you have enough strength to actually do a muscle up. So now let's focus on the technical stuff. So if you have seen other videos about how to do muscle up, then you probably notice that almost everyone said that when you do muscle up, just think that you have to pull yourself to the stomach, not to your neck, but to your stomach. I mean, it's kind of correct, but to be honest, you have to be like, I want you to just think that you're doing a muscle up. Yes, you have to always have in mind that you're not pulling to the neck. That's of course. But again, you don't want to have that thought in your head that you have to pull to your stomach. So I didn't really get a chance to express myself completely because of the noises in the background. I just want to mention that your ability to do things is totally connected with your brain. So if you think that okay, today I will just try to do a muscle for the first time, then you won't really do one because your desire and your focus, they are not strong enough on doing a muscle. So here's a quick example. When you try to shoot a football as hard as possible, you don't think of how high your foot must be in order to shoot extremely hard. So the same way with the muscle. Remember, you're not pulling to your stomach or your neck. You are doing a muscle. Now I will reveal the secret of how I personally learn the muscle up, so be ready to see it in 3, 2, 1. Yes, a pullover is actually the secret to do a muscle up. I don't really know how there are so few people on YouTube talking about the benefits of doing a pullover, because pullover, in my opinion, is one of the best exercises for muscle up. So if you pass the requirements, then you should already be able to do at least one. If you can't, just try to find a video on YouTube about how to do a pullover. It's pretty easy. So the great thing with the pullover is that it allows you to get in the most perfect preparing position of a muscle up. So the thing is that when you are a beginner, you constantly have to focus on the swing or the build up for a muscle up. Some of the beginners, they struggle to understand the swing, and when I mean swing, I mean that you have to capture the perfect momentum, the most perfect momentum, to try and pull up yourself. So the most perfect moment is when you lean forward, stretching out your chest, and as soon as you feel going the opposite direction, you pull yourself up. So you do a swing because it creates some sort of momentum or inertia or whatever you want to call it, that helps your body to pass that barrier. And what is the barrier? The barrier is the area when you pull from your shoulders to your solar plexus. So here you see me failing doing a muscle up because of the lack of the momentum and not enough strength in my barrier. Also, you want to try to get your knees up when you do a muscle up. It will increase your momentum enormously. And guys, please don't be as arrogant as me and lose a lot of time, effort and attempts trying to get your first ever muscle up as clean as possible. Because I will actually be very impressed and very surprised by you if you manage to pull off your first muscle up as a clean one. So try to bend your knees a little and keep them up so that you can feel the momentum. So the greatest thing with pullover, or at least the thing that I love the most, is that you get in the most perfect position before doing a muscle up. Yes, believe me or not, because when you go down and do the negative, you already have 1, the right grip position, which is on the same line as the bar. 2, you already have the best momentum for a muscle up. And actually, if you ask a person who can do several muscle ups in a row, let's say 5 to 10, he will say that the easiest one is the second one or the third one, because everything is perfect after you have done the first one, right? Because you are in the greatest position possible. So when you go down from pullover by doing a negative, you want to try to do a muscle up when you are fully stretched out. So when you go down, the vector of your body will be the same vector as you go up again, but just with the opposite direction of it. And that's actually the reason why it becomes so much easier to do muscle up several times. And just remember, bend your knees so that the momentum becomes bigger. Full tutorial on how to do your first muscle up. Briefly, you do a pullover, then you go down, and as soon as you get stretched out, you try to do a muscle up. Again, if you don't have enough strength in that hardest area, just try to do negative muscle-ups on a bar lower that you can jump on, or either do a pullover and try to go from there. It will actually be even better. I don't really remember the amount of time that I used on training for a muscle-up, but I can assure you that I still couldn't do one when I already could do 18 pull-ups and twice as many dips. But then I added that exercise with the pullover and did my first muscle up, I don't know, almost the same day or so. So don't sleep on the pullover exercise, guys. If you like this video and found it useful for yourself or others, please subscribe to my channel, leave a like and comment down below this video. And I see you in the next video.